Hey guys, BRIWAGZ Bass Channel back again. I'm going to do my videos early today. Early morning on, I don't know what day is, Wednesday? 27th? I'm not sure. Anyway, Eddie over my shoulder, Steve Harris not far behind, irons up. There's my tagline. Somebody made a comment about that. I appreciate that. Not sure why I started doing that, but I felt like it was a good way to start these tip-offs, lessons, or whatever you want to call them. Our meetings of the minds. Quartz Metronome, Quartz, the timekeeping company. I don't get paid by them, just advertise. All right, so there's my metronome, 100 beats per minute. Going to do a major triad with a tag. So let me just turn that off for a minute. So I'm going to start, here's the shape, right? So you'll hear me talk about shapes. The shape, right? So this is the shape, right? Here, there's your shape. So everything that I do, or that we do as bass players, represents a shape, I think, because it's like memorizing a triangle, right? You know it's a shape. A triangle is a shape. It's got three sides, right? There's your triangle, right? So take the same philosophy and apply it to your neck, right, on your bass. Now I'll do so this would be my major triad shape, right? Root, third, fifth, and that's my triad. The root, which is the key, D, right? F sharp, and then my fifth, which is A, right? Root, D, F sharp is the third, A is the fifth. Now, for some of you who don't know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about root, third, fifth, there's 8 notes in a scale, right? And each note represents a number, or each number represents a note. So, root being the 1, 3 is the third of the scale. Now, what I'm doing is I'm doing a major triad, which is represented by the root, the third, and the fifth, right? So don't worry about it so much, but think about the shape. The shape is what's important. If somebody says to you, play me a major triad shape, you know what they're talking about. It's this. Now, it can be played in different ways, right? So when you're dealing with so I always start lowest spot on the neck, work my way up the neck to the 12th fret. I can keep going if I like, but once I get to the 12th fret, so I start with open A, right? And then I work my way all the way up the neck to the A note, 12th fret on the A string. So in this case, I'm working off the A string, right? Same note. There's all those A's around the neck. So, so there's my open string A triad. Then you're going to do, so the first two, right? The first two patterns that you do, they're not going to look like the shape, right? You got to figure out. Now, if I do it here, same notes, totally different tonality. Every time you change a string or where you're playing something on the neck, the sound changes too. I think that's what a lot of people don't understand. Just because you're playing the same note doesn't mean it's got the same sound. It's the same note, but it's not the same sound. Totally different. It's you know, you can play it anywhere you want. It doesn't really matter. But the point is that it's gonna sound different in the mix of the music that you're playing. So that sounds a bit more bassy. That sounds a bit more mid-range, right? All right, so that's the triad, and I'm putting a tag on the end. So I'm doing 3. It's almost like I'm doing a triplet. And then I'm tagging it with 4 notes, right? That's the tag, or the tail. Now, shame on me, I should be doing it with time, right? So there's my time. Got my metronome clicking at me 100 beats per minute. When you turn the metronome on, it goes to 100 beats per minute. So that's where I start. If I don't like the time that I'm in, then I'll change it. Now, currently, I'm not really set up on this for doing a triplet. I would have to slow it down to do the... But here I'm going to play the click. All the way. All the way up and down. Start here, go up, do 2 at the top, right? You do the 1 to end this way, going this way. You end it, and then you do it again to start the whole process to go back down the neck. Now, that may take you 5 minutes to do that. That's nothing. Like, the idea that and I think stuff like this is kind of cool because you need to get a concept. We need, as musicians and bass players, to get a concept of what it's like to play all over the neck, right? Every spot is different. Don't underestimate the difference between playing here and playing up here. It's completely different. The feel is different. The angles of your hands and your arm and your body are different. I find it easiest to play in the center, right? From like the 3rd fret to the 7th fret. But It's no less important to play down here or up here. They're all important. So teach yourself to play in all the different positions, because then you give yourself the opportunity to play things in different spots on the neck. Just because bass is like a low, low notes kind of thing. I mean, you see plenty of bass players through the years playing up here, playing high parts. Cliff Burton from Metallica, basically the original bass player in Metallica. He wasn't, but the guy who put Metallica on the map with the original 4 guys. Cliff was all over the neck, man. He was up here, he was down here. If you turned up the bass tracks on those early records, the first 3 albums, you would hear unbelievable stuff. Almost lead bass playing, the guys that I liked that took bass to another level in another place. Geddy Lee, Cliff, Burton, Geezer Butler. These guys were really performing lots. They weren't just doing. They were doing stuff. All over the. All over the neck, right? That's awesome stuff. So, that's what I wanted to show you. I'm going to come back with another video. That was a long one. All right, maybe too long. All right, I'll be right back with another one. Thanks for watching. Couple new subscribers, Wall Lee, and I forget the name of the other one. I'll say it in the next video. Sorry about that. Thanks for subscribing, guys. Thumbs up if you like it. Comments are always welcome. I'm getting a lot of comments about the Stuart Spector design bass. I honestly don't know when this company was started. I'm thinking probably in the 80s, late 80s, early 90s. This is a 90s era Stuart Spector design bass. They're made in Yugoslavia. They're incredible. The pickups are like super hot. I love I love all the hardware, the gold. This one's cool because it's got the gold hardware, right? Tuning pegs, nut, bridge. It's active, of course, active pickups. These are tone knobs down here. Tone knobs. These are actually volume knobs, and these are tone knobs for the different pickups, the configurations. So, pretty cool. Anyway, Stuart Spector. All right, peace out, Cub Scouts.